I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about, can I change my avoidant ways?
Yes, you can.
You can? You know, Margaret, so many people come to our channel after they've been broken up with and they realize that they have been avoidant.
Yes.
And they oftentimes feel very guilty.
Yes, they do.
They feel horrible about it. They look at their behavior. They think about all the times their ex was just trying to be close to them and tell them they love them. And they're thinking, oh my gosh, I never told them I love them, or I rarely told them, or I rarely showed them. And they just beat themselves up.
Right.
And, you know, when you're in that situation, it can be difficult to stay positive about having another opportunity or maybe feeling like you can change or improve.
Right.
But you absolutely can change and improve how you attach to other people. Okay? The way our brain works, it really can change.
It really can.
Yeah.
Yes, it really can. Some of it by learning and some of it by experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Therapy is very effective. When you talk about it, it helps your brain heal. Obviously, I've did workbooks that are going to get you to think about a lot of different things.
Yep.
And how to behave in future situations, skills to improve, and understanding that connection. You got to understand that it's a connection that you have with another person.
Right.
And it's very important to keep that connection healthy, where both people feel safe and loved and cared about by the other person, because ultimately, if both people don't feel like that, one or both are going to want to leave.
Right.
So, Margaret, you have some information on
I do. I have some.
how to change.
Well, I'm going to start with a story. And again, this is from the book Attached. And this little incident, which I found quite moving and lovely, was recorded by John Gray, who wrote the really popular book Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really sharing a personal struggle. And he's going to share with us an aha moment that he had.
Okay.
All right. Several days after his wife Bonnie gave birth to their baby girl in a very painful delivery, John went back to work. All signs showed that Bonnie was on the mend. He came home at the end of the first day only to discover that his wife had run out of painkillers and had consequently spent the whole day in pain while taking care of a newborn,
Mm-hmm.
which is a terrible thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. When he saw how upset she was, he misinterpreted her distress as anger and became very defensive, trying to plead his innocence. After all, he said, he didn't know she had run out of pills. Why hadn't she called?
Mm-hmm.
After a heated exchange, he was about to stomp angrily out of the house when Bonnie stopped him, saying, "Stop. Please don't leave," she said. "This is when I need you most. I'm in pain. I haven't slept in days. Please listen to me." And at this point, he stopped stalking out of the house and responded to her and hugged her. And he says later, "That day, for the first time, I didn't leave her. I succeeded in giving her what she really needed." This event, the stress and responsibility of having a newborn, and his wife's highly effective communication, I'll say that again, highly effective communication, okay, helped to invoke a secure working model in John. I will explain that at one point. It helped bring him to the realization that his wife's well-being is his responsibility and his sacred duty. This was a true revelation for him. For someone who was busy looking out for his own needs and responding defensively to his partner's requests and dissatisfactions, he managed to shift to a more secure mindset. This is not an easy task if you have an avoidant attachment style, but it is possible if you allow yourself to open up enough to truly see your partner. Now, I find that moving. I think that's a great scene to describe. And I think it's also interesting that when she was upset, he immediately assumed she was mad at him. Now, I can tell you, I've made that mistake, and I've had that mistake made to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it happens in relationships. That sometimes you're just complaining kind of to the universe and not at your partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's important not to get too defensive too quick.
Absolutely.
Anything to add, Craig?
Well, I mean, I thought it was great the way she said, "Stop, this is when I need you the most," and it really hit home for him.
Yeah.
And it may have been that awareness, because I thought she communicated so well,
Right.
that what she had been going through, that it made him realize, wow, okay, I have to help take care of this woman. We have a baby.
Yeah.
The baby is probably crying and screaming all day.
Right.
And that's when he had that aha moment that probably really helped him see it.
And he said to himself, for the first time probably, I can really help if I do what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's important that she was able to communicate well, because one of the other things that goes wrong, particularly if you're anxious, is that it's sometimes very difficult to communicate your needs to your partner.
Yeah.
You don't want to overwhelm them or sound demanding or do anything that's going to provoke them to leave you. So I think many, many times we're not clear on what we need from people, and that's not their fault, you know?
Yeah.
But I think communicating clearly is very important. And sometimes can also be a thing that you have to learn in adulthood. If you came from a family that didn't communicate at all, or not much unless they were angry, you don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
But learning to become more secure and understand your partner's needs can be done. It just takes time, and you have to work at it, you know?
Right.
Because you're learning to do something that you've essentially never had any idea to do.
Right.
Nobody ever showed you how to do it.
Nobody ever showed you how to
Nobody
do it.
ever told you how to do it.
Yep.
You didn't even know to be aware of it. You're so used to shutting down because that's what your parents and family probably told you to do.
Right. Yeah, by their actions at least. Yeah. Now let me explain that working model thing. It says in here that John found somewhere inside a working model of being secure. What that means is at some point in this book they suggest that if you have avoidant personality disorder, it's extremely useful to think about some healthy people you may have known along the way who had a more secure style. And somewhere in here is a description of a guy who was kind of grumpy and kind of avoidant, and he went to his manager and he was all angry, and the manager took the time to sit down with him and listen to him, and he was blown away. So if you didn't have the role models at home, think about the other people you've known. It could be the lady down the street, a teacher you had, a coach, anybody that you've ever come across. And if you take the time to do that, think about some of the secure people whose style with other people you admired and kind of wished you could do. Because there may be some other role models out there for you that you haven't thought to look for. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So hopefully this helps you understand, and that you can see that, I mean, that was from John Gray.
That was from John Gray.
A man who has sold millions and millions
Millions of books.
That even he struggles to realize when his partner has to get their needs met and in situations. So it can be done. But when you think about it and you put an effort into thinking about the connection you have with somebody, and you really think about that other person and their needs, that's when you start to shift and realize that it's not about you. It's about both of you.
It's about us. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's about the two of us. Anyway, I liked it and I wanted to share it.
Okay, great. Great story. And give Margaret a thumbs up for all her research. She's always researching and finding stories and things to share with us. Of course, when you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, AskCraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. And Margaret is available for Skype coaching.
Yes, if you think I can be helpful to you, please sign up for me.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website to do that. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.